Hello guys, welcome to another video. This is my first lesson of the week of the new series that I will be recording as my journey begins for being a very rich person, very successful, very demure as the TikTokers would say. Yeah, as we move into this journey, I am just learning a lot, and I think that having a series of different lessons as we progress is will be very beneficial to myself and to you all. So let's get started. The first lesson of this week is that it is easy to be rich, and this is more of a mindset change, and so we'll talk a little bit more about it. So the reason, I'll give you a little bit of context, background about why we chose this lesson. So I am in IT. I've been in IT for the past 4 to 5 years. That's what I went to school for at Florida State. So go Noles. And so I'm transitioning my career a little bit into risk management, but still in the IT field. And I'm realizing that it takes more to have a job, right? I mean, I have a good job, granted, but I've always known that I wouldn't work a traditional job as the end goal. Like, I've always been very entrepreneurial. I've had several businesses. I think we're on number 5 right now. My first business, I was making wigs for some of my friends and just people I went to school with in college. I sold sneakers. I've done real estate, short-term rentals, and now I actually just bought this house earlier this year. So I've done several different things, and I'm working on a new business that I really do believe in, and I really will talk to you guys about it. Come later on, let me work out the specifics, but I'm super excited about it and trying all of these different things to get to that one thing that propels you forward to where you don't have to go into work. And not to say that my job is completely terrible, but I've actually had a few solid jobs in the past, but it's still a job. Hey, I mean, I want to get up. Let me tell you about my rich life. So I want to get up early. I like to get up early, let's say 5 o'clock, get some work done, and then hit Pilates. Like, I just see myself getting all cute, smelling nice, going to Pilates, working out, get me some tea, and then I get my day started. I drive around in my Mercedes truck. It's white on the outside, black or red on the inside. And I just live a very rich life, rich in time and rich in money. So in order for me to actually do that, I need to be rich. I need to be rich. So the way that I'm doing that is I'm just trying to surround myself with rich things. That means going to places that rich people go to, having rich friends, watching people on the TV that are rich, like consuming myself with all things extraordinary, like extraordinary. It has worked in the past, so if it's not broke, I'm not gonna fix it. So yeah, last week I watched Ali Abdaal's video on YouTube. His channel is about productivity and how to build your YouTube channel, and he was in the medical field before he heavily got into YouTube and became a millionaire. And so he talks about that journey all the time, and he suggested Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco. And so I've been reading this book. I actually finished it this morning. It was an audiobook, so I didn't have the physical book. And he really talks about how easy it is to become rich. And so that is really changing my mindset a lot. So I think that, yes, you're going to have to work hard. You're going to have to do all of these things to be rich. And at the end of the day, what I got most out of the book is that it's really consistency. So it's not super hard to do. The formula, 1 + 1 is actually 2. But you ever been in grade school and you have to write down something several times over and over and over? We used to call them lines. So even funny story, I was in middle school and in detention, we call it lunch detention. You have to go up in the building, eat your lunch, and you write lines. I would not be disrespectful in class, or I will listen in class. Depending on what you did, you had to write that down several times. And I'm not going to tell you how many times I was in lunch detention, because it doesn't matter now. So I'm very familiar with writing things over and over and over and over and over again. So that's the concept of how to be rich and how to live an extravagant life. And you don't have to, settle for the slow lane, which is like 401ks and stocks and things that takes an absorbent amount of time to see results from. So talks about these main things. One is being on the sidewalk, one is being in the slow lane, and one's being in the fast lane when it comes to running a business and having financial, I hate using financial freedom, but financial prosperity. Yes, financial prosperity. The sidewalk it represents financial irresponsibility. So if you live paycheck to paycheck, you spend like, I was very much on the sidewalk in college. I would go to the bar and spend I got $5 in the bank account. Come out, I've eaten good, I've drank good, and I probably left with like $10. I don't know how I did it, but hey, very irresponsible. So that's your sidewalk. Your slow lane is going to be, you're a little more responsible, but you invest things that are on a very, very, very slow pace. So it encourages saving, building your 401k, and just all of those conventional things. Get a degree, get a job, have a family, retire at 105. Yeah, the slow lane. So and then there's the fast lane, which gets things done fairly quickly. It just advocates building wealth for entrepreneurs and leveraging different systems that will help you move at a very quicker pace, a more quicker pace. So those are the 3 frameworks, and I very much would like to be in the fast lane. I very much am in the fast lane. I'm here, already there. It's in my body. Next lesson. Wealth equals freedom and not money. So when I think, before reading this book, I sort of knew that wealth is not necessarily the money that you make, but how you spend your time. But this book really solidified that into my brain, because when I just talked about my rich life, I did the things that I wanted to do with my time. Every day right now, I clock in at 8 o'clock and I clock out at 5 o'clock. And then I have between 8 and after 5 to do the things that I want to do. But during those times, I am building something for someone else or another company. Which, do not get me wrong, I don't want to get on here and say that we should all quit our jobs and we shouldn't be working and all of the things that you hear on the internet. No, your 9 to 5 job is what helps you get to where you want to be, to your time freedom. Like, I take the money and I invest it. Or right now I'm investing in myself, which you don't even need money to start a YouTube channel. But it's more of how you spend your time versus how much money you make. So, that's basically lesson number 2. Lesson number 3, time is the most valuable asset. So that's lesson 2 and 3. And number 4, which are the 5 Fastlane commandments. These are what successful businesses align to. And that's need, entry, control, scale, and time. The need, you have to solve a problem. If you have a business just for the sake of having a business, what's the point? If you're not helping anyone, what's the point? If you're not solving a problem, what's the point? Don't get into business because you just want to be a business owner. That's just a waste of time. Entry, build something that isn't easily replicable. So like intellectual property, if you build a system that makes things run faster, that is something that you want to do versus like, I don't know, like making this hat the same way somebody has made a hat. You could make this same hat, but you could make it adjustable, you know, that makes your head more comfortable. For people who get cold, you could put like cushions in it or something, but thinking outside of the box. Control, own and control your business. You know, don't solely rely on something or someone to bring in income of your business. So that's like a platform view. So when I had a short-term rental, my platform that I relied for a lot of my business was Airbnb, Verbo, all of those platforms. And so in order for you to really scale that business, you have to get out on your own. So what I did was I partnered with insurance companies, directly with the insurance companies, and I had guests that would stay in my house for months. I didn't need to go on Airbnb and collect all those fees. So these are the kind of things you want to think about before you get into business. How can I do this solely on my own? And I didn't figure that out on my own until a while. It took me some time. Like, I knew it, but you also have to build those relationships, which is easy for you to do. Number 4, skill. Create something that you can reach a large audience with, like not just these people in Florida or your small town. No, think out of state, out of country. Like, try to find something that you can reach a lot of people very quickly in time. Build a system that earns money independently of your time. I know I have not figured that part out yet. I spend my time doing a lot of manual things. And it's not that I can't do it with a system. It's just that I'm still learning. So I'm not quite there to build a system to be able to handle the things that I needed to handle without me even knowing. So this next business, I'm building systems early and looking for software that will solve my problems. And thank God I went to school for tech, because had I not, I mean, there's still YouTube. You could still do it. But I also have a lot of friends and I've done a lot of this stuff. So shout out to me for going to school. Thanks. So number 5, be the producer and not the consumer. This lesson right here really hit home because I have been a consumer and not a producer. So that's basically, instead of consuming the products, like for example, TVs. Like I have a really nice TV. I bought a TV. Instead of watching the TV, create a show or something like that. You know, like do the things that other people consume. So those consumers are contributing to your wealth. That's the idea. And then the last one is leverage the power of systems. Build systems that don't involve you. Like there's so many different systems out here. Like for example, finances. I watch my money like a hawk. Okay? I know where it's going, when it went, and what's coming up next. And I've recently automated that process by using an app called Rocket Money. And I really want to be an affiliate for them because I currently use it. So I'm actually gonna put that on my list to apply to be affiliate for them. But I just use it, and I have the premium version where it tracks I've connected all of my cards and all of my accounts, high yield savings, regular banking, checking, savings accounts. And it tells me which accounts are coming up, you know, what are my balances, what's my net worth, all of those things. I don't have to go back to my Excel spreadsheet and manually calculate this thing, which also saves me money. Now I could just go on the app, look at the different things that I have purchased, you know, in real time, see those balances. One feature that it does give you is your checking account and your card balances. So you could have money in your checking account, but if your credit card is much higher than that, you're in the negatives and you don't even know. So that's something that has been a little bit of a challenge for manual work, because I could keep spending because I like to get my rewards. So I don't even use my debit card. I use my credit card just so I can fly. Shout out to Amex and shout out to Chase. And yeah, so that's just one example of automating some of that work. And so those are pretty much all of the lessons that I learned from that book, and I just wanted to share those. And then one other quick thing, just to give you a few other books. Good to Great is a really good business book to take your business farther. And actually, maybe I want to just do one book. And well, you're gonna get 2 this time because I have a couple books, and so maybe I can just share a book every video. But this is the book of the week, The Power of Unwavering Focus. This has literally got to be one of my, if not my favorite book, because I sometimes struggle with concentrating and focusing on what I'm trying to do, and honestly just focusing in general, whether that's cooking, I'm getting a ping from my phone, somebody's calling me. Like, it's a lot of distractions when you're doing anything, and this book has really helped me become more focused, and it's about time I read it again. So this is the book as well. of the Week by Donda Pondy. Read it. Read it. If you struggle with focusing, read it. If you don't struggle with focusing, read it. So that's the book. And thank you all for being here. Hope you have a good rest of your weeks. And until next time.